Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Academy of the Holy Names Spring Gala 2021. Thank you all for joining us this evening as we celebrate the impact of a Holy Names education and we honor Mary Beth O'Brien. My name is Kathy Yanis. I am a graduate of the class of 1973, and I will be your Master of Ceremonies this evening for our virtual Spring Gala celebration. Before we get started, I want to remind everyone that if you haven't already registered for the Gala software, you can do so right now by grabbing your cell phone and opening up a new text to send. In the sender section 2, enter number 243725. That's 243725, and enter the message, all as lowercase and one word, AHN Gala 2021, AHN GALA 2021. This will send you a direct link to the AHN Gala website and help you follow along with tonight's program. Directions are in the chat Zoom option, also at the bottom of your screen, so you can follow that as well. If you have any questions throughout the evening, please use the chat option because our advancement team will be monitoring that and they will keep an eye on it and be sure to reply to you if you have any questions. Okay, so we got the technical business set aside. Let's focus now on why we're all here tonight: to support Academy of the Holy Names and to honor Mary Beth O'Brien for her unwavering support of Holy Names and for the impact her service and leadership have had on the entire Capital Region community. We are fortunate enough to have Mary Beth with us here tonight, and I know she would love to wave and say hi to everyone on Zoom. Give a wave, Mary Beth. Don't worry, we'll have a chance to say hello to her again later. To begin the official program, I would like to welcome Father Ken Doyle up to welcome us with a benediction.
Let us pray. Good and gracious God, we recognize that all of life is a gift and a blessing, and we thank you for your love. We ask that you let your presence be felt among us this evening as we gather, both remotely and in person, for the Spring Gala. Enlighten and enliven us while we converse and delight in the company of friends. In a special way tonight, we honor Mary Beth O'Brien. And I can't even pretend to be objective about this. I grew up with Mary Beth on the same street in Troy, Elm Grove Avenue, and she has been a valued friend for more years than I am going to admit. At the risk of embarrassing her, I will tell you that at Catholic Central, where we were schoolmates, Mary Beth was the girl that everybody adored. And it was no surprise one year when the whole school of 1,500 kids elected Mary Beth as Miss Personality for Catholic High. But I think tonight's program says it best when it notes straight off that Mary Beth Casey O'Brien has dedicated her life to helping others. Whether it's the National Ladies of Charity, or the College of St. Elizabeth's, or St. Peter's Hospital, or Holy Names itself, or a host of other worthy programs and projects, I have often thought that there must be 3 Mary Beth O'Briens to do all that she does. And that doesn't even count the personal charity she offers daily by visiting the homebound and bringing food to those who need it. So to say that Mary Beth O'Brien deserves this honor tonight is a world-class understatement. We come also this evening to celebrate Catholic education, the knowledge and ideals imparted to so many for so long at the Academy of the Holy Names. Once Bishop Hubbard wrote this in a pastoral letter: "There is no other current institution that can do more than a Catholic school toward establishing a shared value system in a secular society which often rejects the influence of God. Bless holy names, Lord, and bless Mary Beth O'Brien for many years to come as they work to bring God's wisdom and God's goodness to the world and to the people we know. Amen.
Thank you so much, Father. I would now like to introduce Christopher Edwards, Chair of the Board of Trustees, to officially welcome you all to our celebration.
Well, good evening, everybody, and thank you, Kathy. On behalf of the entire Board of Trustees, I want to express our sincere gratitude for your support and participation this evening. The support we've received for this event from our sponsors, our honorary committee members, all of our patrons, and our Gala committee is truly appreciated. The Spring Gala is AHN's signature fundraising and is one of the most important efforts in our annual drive. I thank the members of the Spring Gala Committee, which is comprised of alumni, current parents, and past parents, for their time and their dedication in making this event a success. Thank you to Katrina Consiglio, Noreen Coughlin, Christine Edwards, Lauren Hayes, Kristen Healy, Shay Maney, Kelly Healy-Murray, and Patty Yanis Rowlands. I'd also like to recognize the tremendous support we've received from our individual and corporate sponsors. We're so grateful to each of you. If I might take a moment to read the list of our impressive benefactors who gave generously in support of AHN and, of course, in honor of Mary Beth. Our inspired sponsors are the O'Brien family: Constance, class of '81, Maureen, class of '85, Kathleen, class of 1987, Kara, class of '89, and Patricia, class of '92. So thank you very much. Our Empower sponsors, Jack and Joanne Malloy, Marianne Villiante, the MM Hayes Company, AHN class of 1981, the Knoll family. Our Peloton bike sponsor were Dr. and Mrs. Ronald Musto. The tuition credit sponsor is Capital Bank. Invest sponsors include James and Maureen Bennett, Mary Beth and Peter Campito. Mary Beth was also the class of 1981. St. Peter's Hospital Foundation, and Wayne Schaaf Associates. Our wine poll sponsors were the Consiglio Wealth Management Group of Wells Fargo Advisors, and Bruce and Patty Rollins. Patty was the class of 1979. Our support sponsors include BBL Construction Services, Couch White, CS Arch, Dan Cunningham, Dodson and Associates, Tishi Langan Finnan and Gregory Finnan, Hugh Johnson Advisors, the Lash family, Maria College, Karen and Dennis P. McKenna, Joe Mitchell and Marianne Torino Mitchell, Kellyanne and John Murray. Kellyanne was a 1977 graduate. Pioneer Bank, Rossetti Properties, the Sisters of the Holy Names of Jesus and Mary, Siena College, Solutions by Design, Tom and Leah Terrell, Fort Orange Press, and Mr. and Mrs. John J. Conway III. I'd also like to thank everyone on the honorary committee, our patrons and contributors, and all the businesses and friends who donated items and experiences for our virtual auction. A special thank you to Fort Orange Press for sponsoring the gala invitations and print program, and to Dan Casey and The Perfect Blend and Twisted Vine for providing refreshments this evening. We could not do this without all of you and are grateful for your generosity. Now, this has certainly been a watershed year for our school and every one of us. And as we gather here tonight to honor a very special person, I want to first just take a moment to appeal to each of you. Looking into the next few years, Holy Names has set an ambitious goal of building our enrollment to new heights. But this cannot be achieved without you, our parents, our alumni, and our avid supporters. You are our voice in the outside world, the witnesses to what we are able to achieve for the young women in our program. And tonight, I ask you to help us by telling all who will listen about your own experiences with Holy Names. As the proverb goes, a joy shared is a joy doubled. Help us to multiply our efforts and our enrollment by sharing the good experiences Holy Names has brought to you and your families. And speaking of a joy shared, I'm honored and extremely happy to be here to celebrate one of my favorite people. In our Holy Names community, we've been blessed with a bounty of wonderfully loyal and generous people. But we would have to search far and wide to find a person who exemplifies the Holy Names ethos more than Mary Beth. She's been an advocate of AHN for as long as anyone can remember. We're profoundly fortunate for the support she's given us over several decades through her time, her talents, and her treasure. As the mother of 5 alumna and the sister of our own sister Connie, Mary Beth is the embodiment of our mission and the personification of the heights to which we hope all our young women will climb. Any team would be fortunate to have as many Mary Beths as they could get, and we're darn lucky to have her on ours. So congratulations, Mary Beth. On tonight's honor, we're delighted to have the chance to recognize and celebrate your immense contribution, and we thank you for all you've done for the school and for its community. So, congrats. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Mary Beth is a very special woman for sure, and our Holy Names community is so fortunate to have her as part of our AHN family. And you were absolutely right when you said it is a huge undertaking to present a gala in this way. It certainly has been an extraordinary year, and if you only knew all the amount of work that goes into putting on an event like this, I'm really honored to be here myself. So to each and every person who is out there, whether you're here with us or you're watching virtually through Zoom, we just want to say thank you, and we hope you enjoy our evening tonight. I also hope that you'll take some time to browse our auction table. We have a lot of very nice auction items. And put in your bids and prepare to do battle. You know, start outbidding people. They don't know who you are, so just go for it. I mean, really, there are a lot of great items there. So throughout this Zoom celebration, please don't hesitate to use that chat option if you have a question. It's really very simple. Staff members are monitoring the chats, and they will be happy to help you out if you have any problems. So remember, don't be shy about bidding. Keep bidding, keep bidding. Remember, you have to be in it to win it. I'm now going to turn this over to Marianne Villiante, the head of school at the Academy of the Holy Names. But first, we will be hearing from the woman of the hour, Mary Beth O'Brien, as she reflects on the impact a Holy Names education has on its students, their families, and the communities our graduates go on to serve.
Thank you all for being here. Thank you for everyone that participated in this event tonight. The greatest impact of this event is that it creates new ways to make hopes and dreams real for our students now and in the future. students who will move from the halls of AHN and change the world. The recipients of this recognition this evening really belongs to those who kept the spirit alive here on the campus during these difficult months. The perseverance and leadership of our head of school, faculty, and staff, and the careful stewardship of the Board of Trustees. Thank you for your tireless work ethic, of Mary Ann Villante especially, her team's good judgment, and above all, their dedication to the Holy Names Academy and to the Sisters of the Holy Names. AHN matters in mysterious ways. There is no place like it. That same old combination of passion, poetry, and vigor opens miraculous doors in the students, doors through which their extraordinary gifts come pouring out and the complicated grace pours in, doors that perhaps never would have opened without their years at the Academy. The Academy of the Holy Names cultivates innovators, leaders, and difference makers in this ever-changing world. But some things never change. Our commitment to every student, our promise to educate the heart, the hands, and the minds, and our belief in making the world a better place, one student at a time.
Our promise to educate the heart, hands, and minds. Our belief in making the world a better place, one student at a time. AHN matters in mysterious ways. No one speaks more eloquently about the impact of a Holy Names education than tonight's gala honoree, Mary Beth O'Brien. And as we look forward to honoring her enthusiastically and appropriately just a bit later on this evening, I take a moment now to ask for your support of a program that will help AHN deliver on that promise that by educating the heart, hands, and mind of a single young woman, we can make the world a better place. And we do it here every day, one student at a time. The program, which is the target of our paddle raise tonight, is the Partners in Education Scholarship Program, a program which for 25 years has provided tuition assistance for qualified students who, because of circumstance, would not otherwise have been able to attend Holy Names. Tonight, we are establishing with the paddle raise the Sister Constance Casey Partners in Education Scholarship Fund. The Partners program was one that was really close to Sister Connie's heart as she and Rhea Clark worked diligently in the 1990s to establish it. It's a fitting tribute to Sister Connie and to her sister Mary Beth, who's our honoree this evening, not only to launch this scholarship fund tonight, but to fully fund one or more students with it, students who are waiting on our generosity to fulfill their promise. I know that Sister Connie is here with us in spirit tonight. She's counting on us. She's encouraging us. She's cheering us on, as she always did, to raise $80,000 or more for these young women. How impactful has the program been? Well, Jillian Sherman, class of 2002, can certainly tell us from her own experience. Let's listen for a minute.
Hi, my name is Jillian Yvonne Sherman, and I graduated from the Academy of the Holy Names in 2002. Because of your contribution, I am now an assistant principal at an all-boys elementary school. I had the opportunity to go to college as a scholar athlete for track and field. I also graduated with a dual master's in special education and literacy. Because of your partnership, I also traveled the world, Europe, Africa, and South America. As I sit here, I see all of the blessings that God has given me over the years flash before my eyes. It was patrons like you who allowed me to take center stage at the Academy of the Holy Names from 3rd grade up until my senior year of completion. Your generosity was like a glimmer of hope for my family. It allowed the school to grow and develop me as a young scholar, which in turn caused me to thrive in areas such as sports, art, theater, and sisterhood. I am asking you to give out of the abundance of your heart. Know that your labor, your time, and your money does not go unnoticed. It does help. It helps people like me to be able to come back and say, thank you.
Like you, when I hear Jillian, this accomplished, confident, courageous young woman, talk about the Partners Program as a glimmer of hope, helping her to grow and develop and thrive, I become an even more passionate advocate than ever for it. Jillian asks you to give out of the abundance of your heart to a program that can truly transform a young life, that can help us fulfill not only the mission of the school, but the gospel call to build a more just world, a better world. For many young women, the road to achievement and success is pretty crooked and pretty uneven. Your contribution to Partners helps to straighten and smooth that path for a student by giving her access to a school where she will be cared about and cared for, a school that will challenge her to reach goals that she never thought possible. So I join Jillian and other partners that you will hear from tonight in asking for your generosity in supporting our paddle raise by making a gift to the Sister Constance Casey Partners in Education Scholarship Fund. Thank you.
Thank you, Marianne. Now, I know that all of you are probably ready to start raising your paddles to support the Sister Constance Casey Partners in Education Scholarship. Here is how you can do that. Participating in the paddle raise is actually quite easy. If you previously registered, check your text messages and open the link to the website. If not, go to the Zoom chat and click on the link in the Zoom chat, which will bring you to the Gala website. Once you are there, go to the page marked AHN Paddle Raise and select the gift amount you would like to donate. This will then be added to your total for the evening. If you have not yet registered or logged in, it will ask you to add in your contact information and credit card information. You can also use the chat option in Zoom to make a pledge to the paddle raise, which will be counted in our total this evening. You can send a direct chat to the AHN advancement team with the amount you'd like to pledge, and a member of the advancement team will then contact you tomorrow to follow up for your preferred method of payment and to thank you for your generous support. To kick off the paddle raise, I'm excited to announce that Chris and Christine Edwards just generously pledged $5,000 to the fund. Thank you so very much. So stay tuned. I know we will have many more donations coming in, so I'm very excited about that. Your participation makes an immediate impact upon Holy Names, as Ms. Filiante mentioned, and it makes all the difference to a young woman who wants to and deserves to experience a Holy Names education. I will keep you updated on our progress throughout the evening. While you are making a gift to the paddle raise, I would like to introduce you to one of our very own partners, Judy Smith, as she talks about her experience being a partner in education.
Hello, I'm Judy Smith. I graduated from Holy Names in 1970, having attended AHN for 13 years, from kindergarten through high school. I received a Bachelor of Science degree in Physics and Math from Boston College in 1974, and an MBA and Masters of Science from the Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania in 1977. I currently live in Manhattan on the Upper West Side and in lovely Long Island in East Hampton. In 2019, I retired from a very exciting career on Wall Street. Some consider that during my career, I shattered a few glass ceilings. And drawing on AHN core values, hopefully I paved the way for many more women in technology on Wall Street. While I sincerely wish we were gathered in person for the spring gala, I do appreciate the opportunity to share my views on the Partners in Education Scholarship Program and encourage you to contribute. So why do I contribute to the program when there is certainly no shortage of opportunities for us to make charitable donations? I see three reasons. First, the importance of a Holy Names education. Over the past few weeks, as we have celebrated the annual transformations of Easter, Passover, and hopefully now spring, I began to think of the transformations in our lives and what influences us through them. Education is certainly one of, or perhaps the most significant transformative influence. And it is undeniable that a Holy Names education provides a student with the opportunity to build strong core values, build confidence, build competencies, and build strong connections to transform her through the future. Contributions to partners are provided to academically qualified students who desire a Holy Names education, but cannot do so without financial support. The second reason I continue to contribute is the efficiency of the Partners in Education program. Contribution to partners go directly to cover the scholar's tuition. Many charitable funds and programs have very high overhead and administrative expenses, so that in some cases, a large percentage of your donation doesn't go directly to the cause. Partners' donations are direct to the tuition of the qualified scholar. And my third reason, also financial, but very personal, is I was fortunate that my parents knew the value of an AHN education and also had the means to provide it to my sister and to me. My father never complained about the expense. However, he incessantly complained that tuition expense was not tax deductible. Your partner's donation is deductible. So I sincerely hope that you too will be compelled to make a contribution to help transform a young woman. Please support the Partners in Education Scholarship Program through the Spring Gala Paddle Raise now. Thank you.
Well, good evening again to all of you, friends of Holy Names and friends of Mary Beth. It is a privilege to have been asked to say a few words tonight about Mary Beth, but not nearly as much of a privilege as it has been to know her as a friend of Holy Names for the past 50 years. Tonight, we gather to express gratitude and admiration for Mary Beth's legacy. Her legacy not only to Holy Names, but to all of the people whose lives she has enriched, and to all of the institutions whose missions she has supported. That legacy is one of building, nurturing, and sustaining relationships. In fact, her work has been a living tutorial on relationship building, a veritable how-to manual on connecting people to institutions and to each other. And if we wanted to read the details of that manual, the steps in the process of relationship building, so to speak, we would have only to ask each of you how you first came to know Mary Beth, or when you first perceived that you held a place in this extraordinary woman's extraordinarily generous heart. Perhaps you were brought into the circle of her care when she greeted you with her bright blue eyes and warm smile, inviting you to view and purchase some of the beautiful handmade and hand-chosen items from the Christmas booth at the Boutique Noel? Or was it when you worked side by side with her and her beloved Frank and Sister Jean Eleanor, elbow deep in spaghetti and wine-infused tomato sauce at the annual AHN spaghetti dinner? Or was it when Mary Beth approached you as a teacher of Connie or Mo or Katie or Kara or Tricia and humbly asked for advice or thanked you for doing such a good job teaching her daughter? Perhaps you came to know that she held you close in her heart when you received one of her thought-filled, handwritten notes on your birthday, or at Christmas, or on your daughter's graduation. Or when you opened the personally wrapped present left quietly on your doorstep. Or when she stood beside you at your loved one's wake or funeral. Perhaps you understood how much she valued your institution when she volunteered to, yes, chair yet another committee, or when she agreed to take on the position of officer or trustee, or when she encouraged Frank to do so, or when you asked her, despite knowing how full her plate was at the time, to take on leadership of your capital campaign, and she said yes, without a moment's hesitation. Or when she attended every fundraising and every friend-raising event that you ever held and always brought others with her because others knew how much fun it would be just to spend some time in her presence. Relationships in institutions and between people form the connective tissue that creates community and that guarantees institutional success, but more importantly, personal happiness. The dedication to building relationships and maintaining them is what endears Mary Beth to us. Relationships achieved by the hundreds of thousands of small actions that have sprung from a soul dedicated to God, from a heart dedicated to making life better for others, and from a pair of hands dedicated to the humble simplicity of hard work. And so, as she comes to the stage, thank you, Mary Beth, for this lifelong tutorial in how to build relationships. I believe that the best outcomes only take place really over time. So thank you for working with us for so long and for making each and every one of us in that time feel important to you and valued as a member of this school community. I hope you know we love you, and as a token of our admiration, with great deference to Catholic High, your alma mater, we would like to award you a special honor tonight, an Academy of the Holy Names honorary diploma. Which reads, "This is to certify that Mary Beth Casey O'Brien has provided exemplary support for educational excellence at this school for 5 decades, and as testimonial thereof is awarded this honorary diploma on this day of April 22nd in the year of our Lord 2021. Mary Beth, congratulations.
Oh, I'm proud. I am proud. Thank you.
We also have a few other things for you, so don't go away. Don't go away just yet. We also would like to complete this kind of semi-graduation honor, or quasi-graduation as we might call it, by giving you as well what we always give our graduates, as you know, because you've seen 5 of these graduations at this point. We give a bouquet also of red flowers, a bouquet right now of red roses to honor you as well. So as a sign of our and token of our gratitude and appreciation, Yes, you should, yes. Thank you. So those are your flowers. And then as an additional token, yes, please. And then as an additional token to carry with you and adorn your home and grace your home, our heirloom mirror that has on it a rendering of the bell tower, which, as we know, was near and dear to Sister Connie's heart. So we know that you will keep this as a sign of our love and our admiration for you. Thank you. Thank you.
I can't hug you. I love you.
We'll do handshakes. I love you too.
Thank you. I love all of you, and thank you so much for all that you're doing to keep this beautiful school going. I just don't know what else to say, but thank you, and God bless all of you. And I finally got my degree.
Thank you so much, Mary Beth, and congratulations on your honorary degree. One of the things that we hear time and time again from our Holy Names community is about the strong friendships that are developed at AHN and how these friendships endure over many, many years. In her own words, Mary Beth is going to share how the friendships and memories that she and her family have made through Holy Names have been and continue to be so very meaningful.
We had a spaghetti dinner before the first night of the boutique. It went Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And we would have our sauce and meatballs all handmade by the mothers, 14 mothers, and Sister Eleanor was buzzing around the kitchen, kind of keeping track of us. But Sister was always wonderful being part of the fun we had back here. We did drink a little wine once in a while, too. Many of the friends that I met were through my children in their time here. And we continue to be friends today. A group of us say the rosary. Also, we have a dine-around that has been meeting for probably over 40 years. Everybody in the group went to Holy Names together. And then I'm in a book club. As you get older, you look for things to do. Most of the members of the book club are Holy Names friends that I have met. So friendship was a huge piece of our time together here. But it's been a lasting and loving and wonderful part of my life and the lives of all my family, because all our families are friends.
Thank you for sharing those memories with us, Mary Beth. And speaking of friends, Mary Ann Villante has pledged $5,000 to the Sister Connie Fund. Thank you, Mary Ann. We will do a check-in on the paddle race soon, but first, we are going to hear from a good friend and member of the infamous Dine-Around group, and that would be Jack Keefe. Please get your glasses ready as Jack toasts to Mary Beth's dedication to Holy Names and the impact her spirit and service have had on our community.
Good evening. My name is Jack Keefe, and our family has been friends with the O'Briens for over 50 years. In fact, my wife, Marcia, her friendship with Mary Beth was back even further because they were in grade school together at Sacred Heart School in Troy. So that we have a very long friendship. On the invitation for tonight, it mentions Mary Beth's unwavering support of the Academy of Holy Names. And I would echo that sentiment. It certainly has been great support over the years. But I would add one thing, and that is that, like Mary Beth, her late husband, Frank, also deserves that same description of unwavering support for the school. During the years of, particularly in the 80s and 90s, when their daughters were in school at Holy Names, Frank and Mary Beth were a wonderful team in terms of the support they provided for the school, the support and love they provided for the school. She's just a wonderful friend to all of us. And I think that her accomplishments were summed up very well when she received an award from Maria College. And the speaker at that time made reference to her and described her in this manner. She said, "She has a special light that enables her to see the needs of others and has an unwavering tenacity in her efforts to serve those most in need. She has made Catholic education, access to health care and nutrition, and serving the poor and disadvantaged her life's work." Mary Beth, that's a very apt description of what you have accomplished and what you're all about. This is one more, I think, honor that is well deserved. I think that you have, in fact, provided unwavering support for the Academy of Holy Names, which deserves your unwavering support. They're a fine, fine school. And I know that how much you love the school and how much you love us all. Thank you very much, your friend. Bye-bye.
Jack, it's so nice to see you. And I have to just mention, seeing Jack and hearing Mary Beth speak, I have to think of my own parents, my mother being an alum, of course, of Holy Names, and my dad, who is 91 and doesn't know how to turn on Zoom. So he is at Avila, and he doesn't know how to watch this, but I will see if somehow he can see this, but afterwards. But I first met the O'Brien family when my parents spent so much time with Frank and Mary Beth, and I just feel so honored to know the whole family at this point. And you're just great people, just great people to know. Well, we have an update here on our paddle race. Everybody ready? Here we go. Some more generous gifts. We have $5,000 that has been donated by David and Lauren Hayes. Thank you so much. We have $2,500 that has been donated by Kristen Healy. $2,500 from Michelle and Ron Musto. And the Clark family has donated $10,000. Thank you all so very, very much. I know all these names, and I know you all know how important the Partners in Education program is, and certainly now the Sister Constance Casey Scholarship Fund. I'd now like to introduce Alumna Shirez Mohammed, as she reminds us of how giving girls the gift of a Holy Names education doesn't just make a difference in the life of the student, but creates opportunities for them to go out and be builders of a better world and into the communities they serve.
Hi, my name is Shirez Mohammed. I am a 2009 graduate of Holy Names, a 2013 graduate of SUNY Albany, and a 2020 graduate of Florida State University, where I completed my PhD in Hispanic linguistics. Today, I'm an assistant professor of Spanish and linguistics in the Department of World Languages and Cultures at Mercyhurst University here in Erie, Pennsylvania. It's my first year, therefore, I'm currently still working on finding a major way to have an impact on the community here. However, my goals include getting involved in the housing discrepancies here and finding a way to help more people of color become homeowners. I would also like to work with the local community to bring more equity, diversity, and inclusion to our university, by working to bring more local high school students of color to Mercyhurst University. I feel very fortunate to be where I am today, but I know I would not be here if it wasn't for the support of many, including my parents, my partner, and my friends. In addition, I'm grateful for the generosity of the donors to Holy Names who helped me make my high school education affordable. The support of the Holy Names community for the Partners of Education Scholarship Fund allowed me to attend Holy Names. As a Black woman, attending Holy Names prepared me greatly for the real world and adulthood. From my experiences as a student athlete to the level of critical thinking that was expected of me in each class, I felt very prepared for my university studies and then on. As a part of the Spring Gala paddle raise this year, I'm asking you to make a contribution to the AHN Partners in Education Scholarship Fund. I ask you to be generous with your gift, knowing that it will have a direct and transformational impact on a young woman, just like it did on me. Thank you very much, and please give generously.
Beautiful. Thank you, Shirez, for the work that you're doing to promote education, diversity, and inclusion in your community. We are all of us watching are so very proud of you, and we thank you for all that you're doing, especially in a world that we live in today. It's so very important. Before we continue our program, I just want to remind everyone to follow the link in the Zoom chat to go online and make a gift to the paddle race. If you have any questions, as I've mentioned before, do not hesitate to ask. We will get you through this, and it's really very simple. Why don't we check in now? Do we have a tally? I want to check in with Nora. Do we have a tally? Come on up. We'll check in and see what our tally is at this point.
Hello.
Hello,
everyone. Thank you all so much for your support. We are already over halfway toward our goal, which is incredible, and nearing in on the $50,000 mark. So it's definitely a testament to Mary Beth and Sister Connie and your family. So thank you all very much.
Thank you, Nora, and all the hard work you've been doing behind the scenes here. That is really incredible. Okay, so while you're giving so generously to others, why don't you think about treating yourself? Because we have some incredible auction items. Go online right now to make sure no one has outbid you. Remember, you have to keep track of your bids. So bidding is open, just so you know, until 10 p.m. tonight. While we're at it, we are going to pull our first super raffle winner. And now we're going to head over to Nora and Liz as they pull a winner for the $2,500 AHN tuition credit, generously sponsored by Capital Bank.
All right, I know this is a big one. So for all of our parents, let's see who our winner is. The winner is current parent Lisa McNaughton. Congratulations, Lisa. I'll be in touch. And we'll come back for the Peloton.
Okay. Well, I know Lisa McNaughton, and I'm so, congratulations, Lisa. That's a wonderful, wonderful gift to win. So that's terrific. Nora will be reaching out to you to work out the details of that tuition credit. So now, let's see, we're going to go back and hear from another dear friend of our honoree, Mary Beth O'Brien. And this friend's name is Kathy Levine.
Good evening. My name is Kathy Levine, and I have the honor and the privilege tonight to give a toast to my dear friend, Mary Beth O'Brien. I am truly humbled to say a few words about Mary Beth. It will be truly a challenge because it would take the whole evening to really speak about Mary Beth. I speak for all who know her. She is by far a woman of intense character. She is most religious, and she's dedicated to her faith. She shares so much, and she is amazing, and she never forgets a birthday, an anniversary, and to many of us, a St. Patrick's Day message, always filled with a faithful note. Kindness is a virtue, and that is Mary Beth. Her lifelong dedication to the poor and tireless work for Catholic Charities nationally is notable. AHN was her and Frank's most memorable times. From the Boutique Noel, which we all remember so well, those grapevine trees, and the potpourri in the garage, and to our spaghetti supper, which was famous, parents cooking in the kitchen along with the students serving. That, again, is something that AHN is forever in our hearts. We will always remember those fun-filled evenings. Anyone that knows Mary Beth knows that she is an example of one who can rise up in spite of adversity. She has shown us all how to keep our faith in times of deep sadness. She looks up and she gets her strength from her pain, but she also supports all of us who have endured our losses. And I know that she's going to be very humble tonight when we honor her and we share in this evening, but we are so grateful for her and for all of her friendship and her love to each and every one of us. So here's to you, my friend, Mary Beth.
Hear, hear. Thank you, Kathy. Very nice words. Very beautiful toast. And now, for those of you who bought raffle tickets for the Peloton bike, okay, everybody wants a Peloton bike, and that's a wonderful package to win. It was generously donated by Dr. and Mrs. Ronald Musto. So now we're going to find out, I think with Liz's help here. Liz, who is the lucky winner of the Peloton bike?
I'm going to make you wait one more moment just to thank a few other people for their generous contributions to the paddle raise. We'd like to thank David and Carrie Knoll for $5,000 contribution. Thank you. We'd like to thank Marianne McCarthy for her gift of $2,500 towards the Partners in Education Fund. We'd also like to thank Bernadette Dwyer for her $2,500 contribution to the paddle raise, and so many more that are still coming in. Thank you so much. Okay, now it's time. So for the Peloton bike package winner, we have current parent Sandra Paul. Congratulations.
Okay, congratulations, Sandra. That's a wonderful, wonderful raffle prize. That's terrific. And thank you to everyone who purchased raffle tickets. Now, in a moment, we will be hearing from Mary Beth's daughter, Connie O'Brien, a graduate of the class of 1981, who we are very fortunate to have with us here this evening. But first, a reminder of why we are all gathered tonight and what we are supporting.
It's a blessing to be back here on the campus. I guess I'm really here because of my sister Connie. Education meant a great deal to my husband and I, and we were blessed to be able to send our 5 daughters here to Holy Names. And I want to thank everybody that has been involved in this event tonight. The impact on the students that we serve here is really why we're here tonight.
Hello, good evening. My name is Connie O'Brien. I'm the oldest daughter of Mary Beth and the late Frank O'Brien, the niece of Sister Connie Casey, a former pupil of Miss Villante, and a proud alumna of the Academy of the Holy Names, class of 1981. Our class was actually the first graduating class of Sister Connie's. It's hard to believe that we are in our 40th year. I must admit that I was somewhat disappointed when I heard that my Aunt Connie was relocating from Tampa to Albany to become the principal of Holy Names, was entering my freshman year, and to think that not only was my aunt going to be the principal, but we also shared the same name, and that I would likely need to be on my best behavior at all times, which I was. It was my sister Mo who was often in trouble, and Kara here tonight was fairly well behaved, if I recall. I speak tonight for myself, but also for my 4 younger sisters, Maureen, Katie, Kara, and Tricia, and countless others who are alumni of the Academy of the Holy Names. I was enrolled at Holy Names from kindergarten through 12th grade, as were my 4 younger sisters. And for those of you who are graduates, no matter how many years you were a student, you know what a special place this is. what an opportunity it was for us, and how lucky we were to have had parents who realized the importance and value of a Catholic education for young women. Holy names formed me in my faith. I received my sacramental training and religious education from the sisters, whose legacy lives on. Holy names provided me with a quality college prep education. I participated in Latin and French classes in elementary school. Our high school curriculum included art, music, and theater. In fact, my acting career actually began in 1965 at the age of 1, when I played the baby Jesus in the Christmas pageant. My Aunt Ellen, Sister Connie, and my mother's younger sister was a student at the Academy and performed in the pageant. I later played a supporting role in a number of one-act plays and ended up winning an award during my senior year. And I still enjoy a bit of drama. We were offered AP classes as well as ample opportunities for service, school leadership, and sports. I was given the tools and resources to succeed and flourish in college. I went on to graduate with a bachelor's in English from Notre Dame, a master's in finance from Notre Dame, and later a master's in education from DePaul University. I credit so much of who I am today to my parents and my years at Holy Names. Finally, Holy Names gave me lifelong friends, women who I met throughout the years who I'm still in contact with, and what a blessing that is. Cheers to Sue Rogler Gomez, one of my classmates, for rallying so many in the class of 1981 to join and participate in tonight's event. I want to thank everyone who supported our spring gala this evening, and thank those who continue to support Holy Names as an alumna, a parent, a friend, or a donor. Our school has an incredibly rich history dating back to 1884. Its mission of preparing young women to become cultural, intellectual, moral, and spiritual leaders has never been more important. Our world needs strong women leaders. Let's keep the flame alive and ensure that Holy Names is an educational opportunity for young women for generations to come. Please consider making a gift this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Connie. You said that beautifully. And when you mentioned the one-act plays, you know, they were right on the stage, weren't they? Because I know I was in a few of them as well. My father said I was not very good. He still teases me about it. Anyway, I digress. We have a couple of more wonderful contributions here that I'd like to announce. $2,500 from Kate O'Brien and Duffy Tobin. And $10,000 from the O'Brien family. Beautiful. As we begin to, I can't believe it's time to close out soon, begin to close out this wonderful event, I'd like to once again thank Jillian and Shirez for sharing their stories with us this evening. They are the reason we are all here tonight. These students represent what Holy Names is all about. Ensuring that young women are given the gift of an exceptional education. They are why we need your support tonight. So let's check back to our tally thus far for the Sister Connie Casey Partners in Education Fund and see how we're doing. Do we have an update? Oh my goodness! Woo. $63,000, 625. Whoa, with a goal of 80,000. That is phenomenal. Thank you to everyone who has made a pledge. That is really very impressive and says so much about Mary Beth and about Sister Connie and about Partners in Education and about Holy Names. It's just really, really exciting. Okay, now in true Mary Beth O'Brien fashion, she would like to end the evening, I understand, with an Irish toast.
I'd like to close this evening with a toast to all involved in this commitment to the Academy of the Holy Names. I believe toasts are useful. They are a medium through which deep feelings of love, hope, high spirits, and admiration can be quickly and sincerely expressed. A toast can evoke a warm sense of gratitude amongst the company present. So I offer you a verbal souvenir of our time together this evening, because I think it was time well spent for the Holy Names Academy. May you always walk in sunshine. May you never want for more. May the finest Irish angels rest their wings upon your door. May God give you, for every storm, a rainbow, for every tear, a smile, for every care, a promise, and a blessing in each trial. For every problem life sends you, a faithful friend to share. For every sigh, a sweet song, and an answer to every prayer. Thank you all, and God bless everybody that participated in this wonderful evening. It does have a great impact on what happens to our students here at Holy Names. Thank you, and God bless all of you.
Beautiful. They're so beautiful. How about, how about everyone raise a glass to that wonderful toast to our wonderful Mary Beth O'Brien. It's been a wonderful evening, and we are so happy to honor you, and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for all that you've done for Holy Names and continue to do. So cheers, everyone. I'd like to thank everyone at this point for a wonderful virtual celebration. We are so grateful for your participation, your support, and just for joining us for this very special evening. Remember that the auction will conclude at 10 o'clock tonight. The paddle race, however, will be open for your convenience until tomorrow evening at 10 o'clock. If you are a winner of an auction item, be on the lookout for some instructions tomorrow from the advancement team at AHN. They will let you know how you can pick up your winnings next week. Before we leave, should I ask for one more last total, or is that our total? We have another total. All right. We are that much closer. $65,875. Just beautiful. Very, very nice. Thank you, everyone. So at this point, let's see, I'd say it's been very exciting for me to be here tonight, to be with the O'Brien family, to be with my Holy Names family, see so many familiar faces, and know that many familiar faces are out there supporting us all. It's really been a wonderful evening. So I would like to say good night, be healthy, stay safe, God bless you, and just have a good night. Thanks so much.